let's go ahead and let's jump into this next day reaction, shall we? Now, Olamasama, shout outs to you. The worst type of characters. I am very curious to see what it is that this has to be about. So let me go ahead and put this up here. Put that out of the way. All right. So without further ado, y'all, let's get into this next video, y'all. Let's do it.
When looking at any form of media, you'll usually find at least one character that follows a certain character trope. For those who don't know what a character trope is, it's essentially a trait that is easily recognizable that defines the character. For example, we've all seen character tropes like the chosen one, the mad scientist, the jokester.
Watch me go to Dunkin' in the morning. Stop playing with me.
Etc. However, these character tropes are not created equally. Some are overdone and get stale, some just feel useless, and some are just extremely unlikable. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about my least favorite ones, even though a lot of them are my favorite characters in their respective series. Also, there won't be manga spoilers, but there will be anime spoilers, so beware. First off, we're going to talk about the pathetic character, but we might as well call these guys punching bags because they're practically the same thing. There are a couple characters that come to mind when I think about someone who's outright pathetic. Jerry from Rick and Morty, this bum.
I just recently started getting on board with Rick and Morty, right? But I'm not gonna lie, Jerry is sorry, bro. I thought Mark was from Invincible sorry, but nah, Jerry's definitely one of them. Sorry. Man's is sorry, bro.
These guys are just spineless characters who never really stand up for themselves. They make stupid decisions that make me angry and they just start whining afterwards. But I really want to highlight one specific bum of a character, Takamichi from Tokyo Revengers. I seen
him there earlier and I'm just like, damn, I wonder if he's gonna talk about it. And sure enough, it is that he is.
I'm not hearing anybody out on, you don't understand his character. I have so many words I can use to describe this guy,
he's
but for
sorry.
now, we'll just say he's useless. When season 1 was...
He's sorry. I'm sorry, but he's a sorry character, bro. He is sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry at the same time. Like you know damn well. Like I said, I seen his face earlier and I'm just like, I'm hoping it is that he talk about. But yeah, that's a sorry character.
Coming out, I was on the hype train. I was seeing Takamichi getting beat up at first by older students and I was like, fine, that's understandable. Maybe he'll get better as time goes on and get some dubs. I was clearly wrong. A majority of the time, this guy's just getting his face broken in. But you know, not every MC needs to be a fighter. We don't need to have ooga booga, me punch hard every single...
Windbreaker better? Windbreaker is I would say it's better than this, than Tokyo Revengers for sure. But Tokyo Revengers is cool. I don't got no issues with it. I don't have no issues with it, but would I put Windbreaker above it? Absolutely.
Single time. Lelouch is a great example of that. He uses his intelligence to win many battles in the series. Unfortunately, Takamichi isn't even that smart either. I feel like with his ability to travel back 12 years into the past, he should be able to get more things done. And nobody better tell me that it's a realistic depiction. If you had the ability to go back 12 years with your knowledge now, you're telling me that you'd mess it up as bad as Takamichi? For example, he knows he can't fight, so he should have been armed himself. I know they consider it dirty, but you already decided to become a delinquent. If people are willing to murk others over some territory beef, you gotta do what you gotta do. These are middle schoolers who are capable of knocking out people with a single kick while carrying someone else on that same leg. This should be your note to start learning how to box. He also tries to fix things in the past but ends up failing so many times. He knows that Baji getting packed is the reason why Mikey starts to spiral down. So his bright idea is to hold Baji's waist. And guess what? Baji gets stabbed because he couldn't protect himself. There are way more instances of him just failing to make things better because of his own incompetence, but to be honest, I just don't feel like going through them. Also, this bozo can see that his living conditions are not the best in the future. Like, look at his room. So maybe instead of just falling face first trying to save your middle school girlfriend, you can get out of the gang life and focus on school. But I think the worst part about this guy is the fact that all he does is just cry. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with crying, but it's literally all he does. People said Deku cried too much, but Takamichi's nickname...
Nah, because with y'all, like, listen, all y'all people that love to sit there and say that Deku cries too much, y'all like to sit there like, I swear, Deku slander is just bandwagoning. It's dick riding at this point because there's no way in hell. What my boy Deku does, how like passionate that he is from start to finish, I understand him. I get it. I feel him. Like the niggas be sitting there trying to call him and Tanjiro a bitch because of the fact it is like he's emotional and he's crying and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that shit, bro. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But this other nigga, but this nigga here cries solely because he's a bitch. In the show. I don't want to be advocating for like violence or like, bullying when it comes down to this. But within Tokyo Revengers, I'm sorry, but it's just his character. Like, bro, it's not even like you get an ass whooping in the show to go ahead and then level up yourself. You just continue to just keep getting murked. And I don't understand this, bro. Like, he said, but does he cry more than Zenitsu, though? I mean, but my boy Zenitsu was, you know what I'm saying? My boy turns up, though, so I can't even sit there and talk my shit. Like, my boy Z, you seen how it is that you see how he come in for the castle arc? I'm ready. The Tanjiro and Deku lost their fathers in their lives and never learned to control their emotions. Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of emotions. He said, I'm still not telling you shit. That's fine. Just be there when I pick up. When I go watch this movie, gang.
He does. People said Deku cried too much, but Takamichi's nickname is Crybaby Hero. If he's not getting beat up, he's crying. How can I take this guy seriously, especially since he's the main character? This guy was the main reason why I stopped watching after season 1. I'm not gonna sit there watching the MC get beaten to a pulp every single episode just to make a dumb decision to cry about later. Any character like this in a show already gets my blood boiling, so when it's the MC who's acting like this, it's just amplified. Like, I'm low-key getting heated just talking about him. Let me move on. Next up, we got the strong character, and not just any character who's like top 10 strongest in the verse. I'm talking about a character who's portrayed to be top 1 or almost top 1 in their series, with overpowered abilities that basically no one can match. My views on this trope can vary for me depending on whether the main character or a side character is unbelievably broken. And I know you may be thinking, what's your problem with it? Let me cook real quick. I want to focus on a side character being the strongest or practically the strongest in their series because I feel like they tend to have a lot of the problems I have with this trope. When we see a character like Gojo or Yamamoto, we see them with such absurd abilities that no one can rival besides the main antagonist. And side note, in 1000-Year Blood War, it's clear that Yamamoto actually isn't the strongest, but prior to the war arc, he was portrayed to be up there in strength. However, problems arise because of their strength. When you write such a strong character that's not your MC, you can't just leave them in the story because they can just solve any conflict themselves. Aizen knew that Yamamoto probably could have beaten him before he fused with the Hogyoku if he decided to just go all out and burn everyone there from the start. Fake Ghetto knew that a single red from Gojo will rearrange his guts thoroughly. Maybe I'm just salty because a lot of these characters like Yamamoto or Gojo tend to be my favorites in the show. Like when Yamamoto said, one of my favorite moments in the show. But once you see these characters a lot, you notice a pattern or at least a certain trend. Either the villain has some sort of backup plan to incapacitate said strong character, like Wonder Wise or the Prison Realm, they get horrifically nerfed in some type of way, or they get written off in a way that seems a bit scuffed. Now I know I said I'm mainly focusing on the side characters who are extremely strong, but an antagonist like Madara is a good example of what happens to overpowered characters. It was made quite clear who was the top guy during the war arc, and that guy was Madara. He was embarrassing all 5 Kages with ease, and then they gave him a 10 Tails power up on top of that. He was so outrageously strong that even the author Kishimoto jokingly mentioned that he may have made Madara too strong, and that's likely the reason why we got Black Zetsu. So unless the MC is showing insane progress and just power clips the strongest character, you always know that the strongest character is probably gonna have to get shelved for a little bit. The trope doesn't remove how much I enjoy the character. Yamamoto, Madara, Gojo, they'll always be GOATs in my heart, but having that looming feeling knowing that one of your favorites has to be nerfed or shelved to allow the story to have some sort of conflict can be a bit annoying. Also,
it can be. I'm still cool with Madara though. I'm still cool with that. Even though it is like I have heard that before. Of nerfing him. And it's just like, damn, like what I mean, at this rate, it's just like here's my thing. Don't give us something it is that you gotta go ahead and nerf. And you know it is that you made this nigga a little too strong. You know what I'm saying? That's just obviously it is you cooked them up within the writing. Hey, that's on you, gang. But I'm still cool with that at the end of the day. He's still cool. He's still cool. Still a W. He's a walking cheat code. Oh yeah, for sure. You gotta listen to people calling them frauds because they had to get sealed or something. And to be honest, that's a topic for a whole different video because I've heard people call Yamamoto a fraud because he lost to Yu-Hawk. Yamamoto is the bro. We reacted to this, and I still think it is. That's garbage. I still think to this day that is fucking garbage, bro. I need y'all to put some motherfucking respect on my nigga name, bro.
Furthest thing away from a fraud. Hold up, before you move on, if you're new and you got this far, you might as well subscribe. I like to drop content like this weekly. Anyways, back to the video. Next up we have the pervy character. I feel like
Oh God. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't stand this nigga, bro. If there is somebody within anime that I hate with a burning passion, is this purple haired motherfucker. Him. Oh my God. He's on the hit list, bro. I'm sorry. This creepy ass bastard, bro. You know what's the problem with the fucking old man from fucking from Dragon Ball Z, like Roshi. There you go, Roshi. That nigga, this purple nigga put that nigga to shame. I'm sorry, and I hate Roshi. I really do. I hate him, but not as much as this nigga here. This creepy ass nigga, bro. The quirk. I don't even like the quirk. I don't care. I don't care too much about. Like, I don't care too much about his quirk, but everything about him. The truth really be told, even though it is that niggas was bitching about like the manga for with Deku for My Hero. The fact that I seen this nigga in like the end part pissed me off. I'm just like, why couldn't this nigga just go, bro? Like, why couldn't he just be a regular person? Why he had to be one of the people to go out and be like, oh, and shining and like, oh, and flourish and stuff like that? I don't even know like what major thing it is that you can do with your quirk, gang. It's like, sorry. He said, what about from One Piece? Him too. Nah, hell no. Hell no.
like a lot of anime have had this type of character, and depending on the extent of the trope, it can be fine. But some of these characters just start acting like pure degenerates and do nothing else in the story. And let me be honest with y'all real quick. It's hard being a Sanji fan sometimes. You know, I already got to listen to Zoro fans chatting about Sanji being fourth on the crew or saying that he's worse than Zoro. And you know, I can typically sleep well at night knowing that Sanji is still one of the best written characters in terms of development and backstory. Then,
He is. I will say this is probably the best out of the three.
someone reminds me of Fishman Island, and every good thing I was just thinking about gets eviscerated instantly. Being written out of the story because you were that excited is ridiculous. Your nose was really bleeding that much because of some mermaids. If Fishman Island was getting released in 2023, the amount of slander Sanji fans would go through would be outrageous. They might just get ostracized from the community, who knows? To be honest, any scene when Sanji is just simping over Nami or Robin can get a bit extra at times too. I like the chivalry aspect of his character, but when every 5 seconds Sanji has hard eyes and panting like a dog because he saw a woman, you can start to understand why this trope is so unpopular. I guess Oda had to nerf his character somehow. I feel like there's low-key.
I will say this though, Dojo, thank you so much. I will say this though, Sanji he do be down bad. He do be down bad, but it's not as bad as Mineta. Like I hate Mineta. I do. That is a character in anime that I actually really hate. Like with a burning passion within my soul. Like that's a top #1 character. Like if somebody was just be like, all right, who's a character that you really just hate within an anime? It's gonna be that nigga. I promise you. Sanji, yeah, I seen, you know what I'm saying? Like there are some questionable characters within One Piece. Now that you guys have been on my case about with One Piece and you know and everything like that of that nature. But I just feel like, yeah, we all have a listen, one of these days we are going to react to the worst friend in anime history, like an L friend. We will make sure that's one of the things we react to. Mineta, he's a fan. And the thing is, Mineta's a kid, bro. That's what you know who he remind me of? I hate to say this, but he remind like Little Broke. If y'all know who Little Broke is, that's who it is that he reminds me of as Mineta. You sitting there just gogging over like fucking gogging over adults, bro. Like, golly, calm down, nigga. Damn. And it would totally throw his friends on. Oh, absolutely. That short little nigga will sit there and throw anybody underneath the bus just to get a whiff of somebody's panties, bro. That's the Well, why do you think that I don't like little bro? Hey, listen, there's a lot of people that don't like him apparently. I mean, that looks like a toddler, and I know he's a teen, but he's just short. But you gonna make him a pervert? Like draw him? How you draw him like that? Right.
He has spectrum when it comes to these types of characters. On the lower end, you got someone like Toto, who's not even really a pervy character. He just be asking you about your type of woman for some reason, but that's not even his main thing for real. Then there are the classy old pervy guys like Roshi or Jiraiya, and I won't lie, Roshi was low-key bugging at times.
Nah, but when it comes down to Bulma, this nigga Roshi was just this straight just. At least I can say it is that Roshi changed a little bit, but Mineta, no. Mineta is a teen, bro. Like a teen, you're going through puberty acting like this, bro. Like I wouldn't even, bro. I don't even want to know like within like those years that passed where it is like with Deku was out here just like living his doing his job, which a lot of people was really trying to shit on the fact of the fact of Deku being a teacher. Man, I added this that being a teacher. Yeah, I don't know how y'all feel about with teachers within America, but I know within Japan, for spoilers, purposes, I know it is out in Japan. Like teaching is actually considered like a high end fucking job. It's a respectful fucking job at the end of the day. So the fact that is that niggas is really out here trying to like play this shit as if like, oh, like it ain't even all that serious or whatever. Like, stop, cut it out, cut it out. Deku may be a teacher, but he's more of a hero than Mineta. Oh, absolutely. Oh, 1000%.
Who are goated characters, but do / say some questionable things as comic relief.
106.
And if anybody was to sit there and say that Deku's not a real hero, then I would absolutely, I would honestly, absolutely, positively debate you on that. Because if you don't think it is that Deku's a hero, then I don't know what it is like. You know what I'm saying? I would love to know what your definition of a hero is. You know what I mean?
6 centimeters.
On the extreme side, we have someone like Mineta, and I don't even hate this character like other people.
I do.
He's just extremely weird. These are the type of guys getting walked like dogs in real life and enjoying it. I feel like the only way this type of character can actually quote unquote work is if it's purely
Mineta ruined grape soda for me.
Comic relief and it doesn't turn into criminal activity or take away from the actual character. This last one I want to cover real quick is something we're all familiar with. Is this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy. After Kirito and Sword Art Online, I felt like every year these black-haired MCs kept popping up. As soon as you see a character look like this, you know it's probably some generic isekai. If you see the main character look like this, I advise you to turn away because you're about to watch straight mid for 12 episodes. I don't want to hear any ifs, ands, or buts. This is an MC and you just decide to give him one of the most generic faces of all time. The face is starting to get a bit frustrating too because I see it so much. Like at least make his hair red or something. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Damn. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Because of my damn phone case now, of course, it is the Gyo. You know what I'm saying? Love Gyo within Demon Slayer. Somebody really sat there and said it is that like, oh yeah, that's Sasuke. That's Sasuke coded. I'm like, you motherfucker. I'm like, wow, wow, okay, this is what we doing. Was this how we're treating all the anime characters with black hair? This is what we doing now. This is. I'm like, wow, you call this nigga Sasuke? Okay. All right, bro. All right. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off, bro.
Video. I just really wanted to talk about some of these character tropes because I feel like some of them don't get talked about enough besides the pervy trope, of course. Also, as I said before, this month might be a bit slow for uploads considering I'm about to go into finals and then break. That's why this video was so delayed. I kind of underestimated how much work I was gonna have. I'll try to get maybe one more video in December, but I can't make any promises. Also, I did get something recently that should help the channel a bit more. Just gotta get everything in order first. Oh yeah, let me know.
I didn't know Vegeta was Sasuke. Hey, listen, don't piss me off neither, gang. Don't piss me off neither, gang. Oh my gosh, bro. And speaking of Naruto, I'm in the damn Naruto shirt as we speak as I say that. Oh my god, man. But shout outs to you, gang. Thank you so much for the video. Shout outs to y'all in the chat. Replace Deku to Vegeta working at McDonald's. Listen, stop saying this nigga Deku worked at McDonald's. Stop, bro. Shout outs to y'all in the chat. Shout outs to you at home. I'll catch y'all in the next video.